touching yourself in public is not proper human behavior. Now, maybe you can have some paprika later, okay?
Hey girl, crashing through life, you're a runaway car.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Exploited. This is going to be our first episode of the new year, so Happy New Year.
Holy shit, yeah, it is. Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's a new year, same podcast.
Yep.
But we got a
This
new
is
logo.
the New Year, and I don't feel any different.
And this week we're starting the year off right with some aliens.
Yep. That's how every New Year starts, right?
We're talking about Amanda and the Alien, 1995, directed by John Kroll.
Spearheading the search for the missing alien is United States Air Force. Catching the creature is his highest priority.
I'm not quite sure exactly what that means, but her speaker screams not.
You're doing it all wrong. What? The human thing. You've got it all wrong. You know, I could teach you a few things about passing for human.
I would like to engage in Earth experiences now.
But if you do anything alien-like, we are coming straight home.
Let's go to my room, baby.
Well, finally, somebody likes my work. And he's from outer space.
What makes them die?
I'll show you my posters. I'll show you my posters.
I don't think I could handle sleeping with something that's non-human.
So Amanda and the Alien was a Showtime original movie. Because both of our movies this week are Showtime original films from the mid-90s that are dark comedies about aliens.
Dark romantic comedies about aliens.
That were Showtime originals in the middle of the 90s. It's weird that it happened like twice right in a row.
If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels. But it is strange that it happened twice.
It was supposed to be the Roger Corman Presents series of films that Showtime had. You know, they were original films on Showtime. And because this is so similar, I thought it was one, but it wasn't. This was just another movie Showtime made that was like exactly like the others. But you know what? We're doing Amanda and the Alien.
Yes.
So John Kroll didn't really direct many films, but he produced the fuck out of some TV. Mostly reality TV. Although he did do Blade the series, he also did The Amazing Race, Big Brother, Pit Bulls and Parolees, and Gordon Ramsay Uncharted.
Huh.
He was the showrunner for reality TV, which I'm like, they have a showrunner?
Guess so.
Yeah, but then like, yeah, well, it is pretty scripted. It's not actually reality.
Yeah, if you ever hear stories about that, it's not like here are some lines, but the situations are pretty well established.
As well as the way they edited them.
Yep.
This movie is starring Nicole Eggert as Amanda. She did a lot of television, but her big role was Baywatch. She was on Baywatch. And she still does like Baywatch reunions or Baywatch Where Are They Now? And she's incredibly short, you realize, in this film.
Yes. Wow, yeah, she is.
She's like the shortest one in the cast. We have Michael Dorn as Lieutenant Vint, who, it's Worf.
Yeah. That's very weird, but yes, it is.
You know he's also in Santa Claus 2 and 3 as Sandman?
Huh.
Yeah.
Nope, I did not know that.
And then we get notable star of stage and screen, Shakespearean actor Stacy Keach.
I love Stacey
as
Keach.
Emmett Mallory.
Second time on our show.
Second time, yeah. The first time we saw him in Class of 1999, where he looked absolutely ridiculous, and we loved it.
I loved every minute of his presence in that movie.
I had fond memories of watching this film as a young teen, and I'm surprised it has held up over 30 years later.
It's actually way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I was like, oh, maybe it's 30 years later, this is gonna suck. Oh, no, it was kind of good.
It's not bad.
No. Before we jump into the movie, you can find all of our episodes on our website, exploititpodcast.com. You can follow us on Blue Sky at Exploitit, or on Instagram at exploititpodcast. We're also on Discord and YouTube. Just look us up at Exploitit. Or email us at exploititpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your shows. Give us a like, rating, review, a paprika emoji.
Yes, the paprika emoji.
Yes, that's the appropriate emoji.
Indeed.
Now, we watched this on Tubi.
Yep.
And, Tubi's our friend.
Yep, we love to be here.
And film starts with the government military dudes having a meeting, secret shady organization. And they're like, we captured some aliens. We got them locked up. We're gonna do our experiments on them.
Alien autopsy time.
I do like how they explain how they caught the aliens. They're like, we were looking for bizarre behavior, but they were also in the Haight-Ashbury district.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, but we managed it. So we see the aliens, and it's just this young couple of humans, because we learned that they inhabit human bodies, kind of.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the physics involved, because the bodies just kind of disappear.
Yeah, when they're done, I guess they absorb it all. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, actually, they're feeding, so...
Yeah, they feed over time, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But they're staring at each other, communicating somehow. And then the girl of this couple, she goes through the wall and uses some sort of telepathy to make one of the guards have to pee. This is a power we will never see again in this movie.
No, she never uses this again.
Through the magic of 90s bad CG, the alien melts down into like a deflated ball.
Yep. Slug ball alien thing.
Yeah, just this like flat rubber thing. Takes over the other guard's body, like goes out under the door, shoots out a little tendril, and now it's the other guard.
Yep.
The other guy comes back from peeing, and he's vulgar. Because at first he goes, sometimes a good piss is better than getting laid.
I mean, I do love a good piss from time to time.
And, hey, could you go to the kitchen and ask that chick with the cones to make me a peanut butter sandwich?
Are you hungry?
Yeah. Had that babe with the nice cones with me for peanut butter and banana sandwich.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, not the nicest of
the cones.
requests.
Like, I haven't heard them referred to that in a long time.
Well, this is 1995.
And so the alien goes in there, shapeshifts again right away into the rubber thing, and yeah, what happened to that guard's body?
It's just gone.
And takes over this woman, and automatically learns her catchphrase of fuck off. And her name is Connie, although given that other dude's misogyny, my notes were like, Coney?
Yeah, that's actually her name.
And she knows how to use a key fob and find the car and drive it somehow.
Well, they say later that they can search their memories and stuff.
Yeah, but it's really selective.
Yes. And apparently they're quick learners. Or at least that's what
yeah,
claims
but
later.
again, it's quite selective.
Yes.
Because we find this alien sucks at humaning.
Yep. Bend at the middle.
Yeah, it doesn't even know how to put on a bra. When we see her at one point, her bra's on backwards.
Well, I don't think they have boobs in their species. They do not look particularly mammalian in their natural form.
No, they don't. They're just a little flat thing of rubber. And then we get to meet Amanda as the credits start. The credits, by the way, are in Comic Sans.
That's about as 90s as it gets.
Yeah, and Amanda is all the 90s. It's playing, alt-girl rock.
Right.
Which, we get a lot of alt-girl rock in this soundtrack. It is just like nothing but four non-blondes almost. some No Doubt.
Nothing but Honey DeFranco all the way down.
Yeah, garbage. But Amanda is the most 90s fashion, with the midriff, the belly button piercing, the low-rise khakis with bell bottoms.
Yep. That was definitely one of the eras of dress of all time.
And she makes a fucking latte in her home.
Yeah, this is more common now to have your home espresso machine, though you could get them in the 90s. But that would have been expensive at the time.
Yeah, but this is a huge fucking one. This is a restaurant-style one, because I looked at home espresso machines, and they're tiny. They're just a little bit bigger than a Keurig. They're like a Keurig with an extra thing.
Yeah, the modern ones are. The ones from that era, though, were pretty big.
They took up your whole damn counter.
My parents got one for Christmas one year, and we returned it pretty quickly because we couldn't figure out how to use the damn thing.
Oh yeah.
And it was a good half a counter long. It was pretty though.
We had one at the theater that Martha and I used to run, and Martha had to show me how to use it.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's once you get used to it, but there's a learning curve to getting it right.
And at first I'm like, is Amanda wealthy? But no, apparently she lives with her parents, and her parents are just never home.
And also apparently wealthy.
Yeah, her parents are wealthy.
And never home, so she just gets to kind of chill and be, bohemian.
Yes, she drives her blue VW Bug to work, and she works at The Gap.
Yep.
Which in the 90s is what we had for the trendy place before we had Hot Topics and Forever 21 and that stuff.
The Gap lasted a while.
But it's trendy clothing store. And there's some older woman in there like, how does this look on me? And Amanda's like, it looks like your daughter should be wearing it. Fuck off, old lady.
Well, at first she's like, looks good. How does it, well, if it's comfortable. I didn't ask if it was comfortable. I asked how it looked, and then finally she's just like, fuck it, old lady. You look like shit.
Yeah. The co-workers are like, oh my god, can you say rude beyond recognition? She is definitely due for an attitude check.
Oh my god, the 90s just smacked me in the face.
Yeah, that is the Riz Skibbity shit of its day, no cap.
Yep. Fax, no printer.
Yeah. And Amanda gives no fucks because she lives with her parents and she's going back to school. She's like, I don't care. I don't actually need this job. I'm Gen X girl supreme here.
Yeah.
And the girls talk about their weekend plans, that they're all dating a bunch of dudes and going to parties. And one of them is going to a poetry slam with Tony tomorrow with Squee.
That also sounds like the most 90s thing ever.
Where a poetry slam is a hot date.
Well, it is also, we're talking San Francisco, so.
Yeah.
They're, San Francisco in the 90s, its own cultural vibe.
They ask Amanda what she's doing, and she's like, oh, well, Charlie's probably going to call and we'll go see a movie. And they're like, oh my god, you're still with Charlie? He's such a piece of shit.
Which, coming from these girls, he must be a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. They're underselling Charlie. Charlie is supreme crap.
Because these girls obviously don't have a whole lot of... They're not as discerning as some, and they still think this guy sucks.
Yeah. When we see Charlie, oh boy. Well, we do, in a moment, because Amanda comes home, and Charlie calls, and he goes, hey, babe, what's the haps?
Yes.
So 90s.
I still say that because I have the ulge.
And he's like, we can't do our thing. My cousin is visiting from Alabama and we're going to go to Tahoe. She's like, that cousin wouldn't be the same hillbilly tramp that you spent my birthday with. And is this really his cousin?
I don't know.
Because the cops later...
It's kind of implied that it is.
Yeah, but it's also more than implied that they fucking...
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, she makes the comment that, did you tell him he shouldn't be fucking his cousin this side of the Mississippi?
Yeah, but Charlie's like, catch you later, babes. Gonna go fuck my cousin in Tahoe. They are, like, all over each other.
Yes.
This douchebag is driving a classic convertible with vanity plates that say too cool.
They've gone beyond kissing cousins. They fucking cousins.
I'm too cool to stray from the family tree.
That's right.
So Amanda pouts. She puts on TV. The movie is Attack of the Giant Leeches, which is a Corman film, and changes the news to learn about Colonel Evan Rosencrantz of the U.S. Air Force with his plans to, like, we're going to cut up the aliens and figure out what's up with them. And everyone's just kind of cool with this. Okay, yeah, aliens exist, and they landed here. And the army's going to butcher them. Like, Amanda looks bored.
I mean, this is Gen X we're talking about.
Yeah, she turns it off and listens to some Alanis Morissette.
Apathy is kind of the name of the game for Gen X.
So she tries out a bunch of different art, gets frustrated and decides to go do what every 90s girl did. Get coffee at the coffee shop.
Yep.
Which is all poetry slam and a dude with a bass.
Just playing the bass.
It's a stand-up bass and he's just hitting random notes. It's like,
very avant-garde.
Yeah, but that was 90s coffee shop vibe.
Yeah, it was. That is 90s coffee shop vibe.
It was before we had the commercialism of the Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks had basically just started. I think they might have even still been Pacific Northwest.
Which this almost is. I mean, San Francisco is on the edge of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I don't think Starbucks had gotten that far south yet. And that area at that time would have been Pete's Coffee anyway.
But it's very, beatniky.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a beat hangout.
And this guy comes up to Amanda to hit on her, and he's like, "What does this song say to you?" And she says, "Touch me and you pull back a stump." She just wants to have her coffee and do her sketching. She got time for anyone's shit.
I like it.
But what does she see? She starts eyeing alien Connie across the shop, who is bad at being human.
Like I said, bend in the middle.
Yeah. She just grabs a hot cup of coffee and chugs it. And leaves skin on the mug. And when this guy goes to hit on Connie with the same line of, "What does this song mean to you?" the alien is like, "Touch me and you'll pull back a stump."
Mm-hmm.
And I like when Amanda finally gets up and she goes over and she's like, "Look, I know you're a fucking alien. You're bad at humaning." Like, "Isn't that coffee hot?" And she goes, "Ouch!" She's like, "Look, I feel bad, because fuck the police. I'm not going to turn you in. I'm going to help you out here. Let me help you out." She's like, "How do you know I'm an alien?" Like, "Well, you're wearing too many clothes for September. It's an Indian summer right now. And your hair and makeup are a fucking mess." And she says, "It's like you heard a description of a human being, but you've never actually seen one." And, the alien's like, "Well, I could destroy you." And she's like, "Yeah, go ahead. That's not going to solve your problems. The next person's just going to realize you suck at human."
And that one may not be as nice.
So, alien Connie is like, "Okay, I'll go with you. Show me the ways of the human."
Show me how to human.
But we get this great little scene with Michael Dorn and Stacy Keach. Lieutenant Vint goes in there, and Emmett's eating, and he's like, "Is that a ham and cheese?" And Emmett goes, "The fuck is that to mean? What the fuck does it matter?" And I laughed so hard because really, why the fuck does that matter?
It really doesn't.
Like, why are you asking me? Yeah, and then we realize why.
We find out very shortly why.
Yeah, they're like, we're trying to find the cook. We're having a hard time. Emmett's like, "She drives it's Vint who's like, "She drives a gold 1978 Trans Am. I mean, it's fucking hard to miss." And then when Emmett gets up and leaves, Vint's like, "Yes, ham and cheese!" Just snatches up the sandwich.
He just wanted to steal his sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Is that ham and cheese? What the fuck is it to you? Oh, all the staff is accounted for except for these two. That's Clark the guard and Flores the cook.
So we used the guard to get to the cook.
Mm-hmm.
What's her 20?
Unknown. She never went home. She drives a gold 1978 Trans Am. I mean, it's fucking hard to miss. A friend of hers says he spotted it in the mission.
Is he reliable?
No.
Doesn't matter. Call the plates in whatever station you can find within 100 miles. If we don't find her by morning, she could be anywhere or anyone.
So Amanda gets alien Connie home. And first she gets spooked by the cat. But then she's like, "Is this a typical Earthian home?"
Mm-hmm.
And Amanda also goes, "Oh God, you stink. You need a shower. Humans are not, supposed to stink."
Yeah, I'm wondering how long it had been since she had stolen that body.
Because
if it had only been like a day, then Connie herself had some problems.
Yeah, she inherited Connie's bad hygiene. Connie hadn't showered for 3 days. And so we get the nudity here as she goes and helps the alien undress. And that's where we see that the bra is on backwards. And I'm like, at what point did she decide to undress and redress the Connie body? Because Connie was already wearing clothes.
Yeah. Maybe they were just too hideous.
Yeah, perhaps. She's like, "Okay, I'm going to call you Connie unless you want to give me your real name." And it's like, "Okay, Connie works." Just walking around naked.
Yep. I think that it is likely that their real name is probably not pronounceable by human mouths.
We never get the alien's real name.
Nope.
She helps Connie undress. Just lets Connie walk around naked. Of course, Connie doesn't care because she's alien. She has no concept of human modesty.
Right. It's just a meat sack.
Yeah, but once Connie's in the shower, Amanda's like, I gotta keep my back turned. I can't watch the shower.
I'm like, you just saw her stark-ass fucking naked half a second ago. What does it matter if she's showering now?
Yeah, you undressed her with your own hands.
Yep. Ain't nothing you haven't seen at this point.
And she's like, you gotta grab the soap and get the soap. And the alien's like, Connie's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you come in here and show me? And Amanda's like, God, no, that's not humaning, right? But she undresses and gets in the shower with her anyway and shows her this is what you do. And she's like, make sure you wash down there between your legs because it'll leave you feeling fresh and free all day. That's when Amanda leaves and the alien goes to wash down there and discovers masturbation.
A teenage girl for the first time, like, ooh, that feels good.
Amanda comes back and that alien's just going to town. Like, I don't want to stop. I want to keep feeling fresh and free. Amanda's like, no, you stop that. You take another shower later. And she tries dressing the alien and she's like, the bra doesn't fit anymore.
Right.
You know, she's like, I tried to dry it in the microwave.
Oh, jeez.
Like, Amanda, are you retarded? No woman ever has tried to dry a bra in the microwave. Nobody would do that. And the alien's like, do I need the thing? No, yeah, you do. With tits like yours?
Yeah. Connie's got fairly large chest, yeah.
She got them cones.
That's right.
You can get out now. I want to feel fresh and free. Well, you can take another shower later, but it's time to put your clothes on now. Well, see, I washed it and I tried to dry it in the microwave, so I think it shrunk a little bit.
Is this necessary?
With tits like yours, are you kidding me?
So she just dresses her up in some of her clothes and is like, do you want some of this salad I'm making? No, we don't eat dead things. Only things with life. Like, human life is perfect, but animal life we'll deal with, but, you know. Can I eat the small furry animal? Like, no, you can't eat my cat. We'll figure something out. And that's when the alien...
It's like, wait for that cat to see what the cat does. The cat might do something wrong, maybe.
While they're chatting, Connie is like trying all the spices from the spice rack and comes across paprika. Connie takes a little dab of that paprika and she's like, oh my god, I have to go shower now.
Yeah, apparently alien Viagra.
Yeah, it's an aphrodisiac for these aliens, this paprika. And Amanda's like, stop that, you can't touch your crotch in public, that's not proper human behavior. But the paprika!
Hey, are you alright?
Yes. But I'd like to take another shower. What are these?
Those are spices, and why do they make you want to take another shower?
This one is very interesting.
Paprika. Yeah, that'll make you fly. Hey, look, take it easy, all right? I don't know if your metabolism can handle this stuff.
I want some more.
No, I don't want you to OD.
More!
Look, knock it off. You know, touching yourself in public is not proper human behavior. Now, maybe you can have some paprika later, okay?
And she's like, we're going to find you a new body, preferably a guy, because girls get hassled too much. You're going to be stopped by everybody. Just guys have it easy. They can do whatever they want. And at first they're like, we're going to take you clubbing. But then Charlie calls with his cousin passed out naked on his lap still. Like they just had sex. And he's like, let me call my girlfriend so I can have sex with her now too.
Yeah, he's just a walking erection.
He's horrible. He's like, I left a box of CDs at your place and I want to go pick them up. Amanda's like, I have a friend that's cat sitting for me. She'll get the CDs for you. Is she a babe? Like, oh, Charlie. So Amanda's like, hey, your food's on the way.
Hey, she orders some takeout for her. A whole delivery.
I'm taking off. Why are you leaving? Because I don't want to watch you kill somebody? Here's some paprika to tide you over.
Yeah.
Once Amanda leaves, Connie is raiding the kitchen to try and find more paprika. She is fucking hooked.
Yep.
Well, Amanda hangs out at the coffee shop, and that's when Charlie shows up. And I like Connie, bend at the middle.
Right.
Let Charlie see up your skirt. And then go, here are the music storage devices you were looking for.
That's right.
And Charlie's like, I'm gonna make out with you now because you are a pretty woman. And it's like kissing at her, and she has no clue what this is.
Right.
And Charlie's like, what's up? And she just goes, can you touch me down here? And doesn't take long for Connie to get naked and discover sex.
Right.
We get this long sex scene intercut with a bored Amanda at a coffee shop. It has fucking 90s alt-rock plays.
That's right.
And she wears poor Chucky out like one of them cheerleaders. She's like, more! I must have more! And he's like, oh, no, it's gonna have to do. I'm not finished yet! So she's so mad.
Being the douche I am, falls asleep.
Yeah, and so she turns into the rubber alien and just takes his body. So when Amanda returns home, the alien is now Charlie. And I like when Amanda asks, how'd it go? Quick? Which part? The engulfing or the other part?
Both.
Like, did he fuck you? Yes, but not very well. It lasted 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
Just enough time for a commercial break.
Hey, yeah, it's Chuck Woolery, 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm, yep. And
she's like, yep, that sounds like Charlie. And then Alien goes, give me some paprika now. Takes the paprika, and Charlie is rock hard again. I would like to engage in human experiences. And they go to the coffee shop. And I like when the barista's taking their order and asks, like, do you want chocolate or cinnamon? Do you have paprika?
Let's not introduce the alien to that to Hungarian cooking.
Yeah, they use lots of paprika.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's delicious, but
there's a lot, too much.
I mean, I don't know if the alien could handle that much.
And there's still some lingering Charlie personality in this body because the alien's like checking out Amanda's tits going, you seem different to me. I don't know why. And then Jessica's friends show up and they're surprised to see Charlie. They're like, Charlie, I didn't know you were part of the commie coffee set.
Yeah, I know, right?
And he just goes, yes, I enjoy commie coffee. Which the caption said comedy.
Yes.
But we knew they were saying comedy by the context and the fact that they don't say comedy. Once the alien drinks some of that decaf coffee, that I guess cinnamon makes them want to dance.
Yep.
So Charlie gets up and dances, and then they leave. Well, they leave to go have sex.
Yeah.
Later on, Vint with another agent, they show up. I love the cop scene in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Michael Dorn, he gets up there. He's like, I'd like a coffee. And they're like, take your pick. And they show the menu. And he's like, what? A menu? For coffee? He's like, just coffee. Okay, that'll be $1. Nope, coffee's free for cops. And just takes the mug and walks off.
I'm like, man, no it isn't. But also, it's like, it's $1.
He starts asking, go ahead.
Best to not start shit.
He starts asking around with the picture of Connie, like, has anybody seen her? Anybody done her? You know, nobody's answering. Don't all rush me at once here, people. He goes to the guy playing guitar on stage and goes, hey, is that a D28? Yeah. Just takes it and smashes the shit out of the guitar.
Yep.
And he's like, do I have your attention now? They're like, yeah, she was in here earlier. She left with a regular named Amanda Patterson. And we get a shot of sad guitar man looking at his broken guitar. Mm-hmm. I'll never make it like Pearl Jam now. Amanda and Alien Charlie have gone up to, like, make out point. And, you know, she's like, what's your planet like? Oh, it's beautiful. It's liquid and plasma tubes. She's like, sounds great. Let's go back to my house and fuck. And that's what they do. We get another very long sex scene. And they cuddle in bed and they talk about Amanda's art and her art school dreams.
Well, Amanda's now got a version of her boyfriend that isn't a complete shithead, but still looks and feels the same.
Yeah, he still looks and feels the same. Only can now has stamina. Is concerned about her pleasure.
Right. It's like, how do you not take advantage of that?
Yeah. Amanda's like fucking heaven here.
All the things I liked, and actually none of the things that sucked. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a shape-shifted alien that kills people, but
it makes me come.
Yeah.
So the next morning, Vint and the other agent, they show up at Amanda's house asking about Connie. And so first she's like, I gave that woman a ride home. And Vint's like, you gave a stranger a ride? People who do that usually end up decapitated.
I mean...
Then he says the strangest line, he's like, so, Puddle Kitten, are you and Charlie boyfriend-girlfriend? Puddle Kitten?
What the fuck does that even mean?
And what gives you the right to say that? That sounds like sugar tits.
It definitely sounds misogynist, but I'm not sure why.
Puddle Kitten. Oh, 'cause it's a wet pussy.
Oh, jeez.
They're like, we got the Southern Beltina that says her cousin Charlie went to visit you last night and disappeared. And that's where we get the line like, maybe you could tell that little tramp that cousins aren't supposed to fuck west of the Mississippi. They're like, well, where can we find Charlie? And that's when the alien comes down. Right here! I'm right here, guys. I'm Charlie.
So, Puddle Kitten, you and this Charlie Nobles, are you two like boyfriend and girlfriend?
I really don't see how that's any of your business.
Well, we've got this little Southern belle named Tina, who showed up last night and said that her cousin Charlie went to visit you last night and disappeared.
Perhaps you could tell Tina, the little tramp, that cousins aren't supposed to fuck west of the Mississippi.
Such foul language. So, I don't suppose you know where we might find this Charlie Nobles.
Right here.
Hanging dong.
Hanging dong, just totally naked. And just sitting around, talking to the cops, shaking their hands, sits down on the couch between them, puts their arms around them like, what's up, guys?
Flapping in the breeze.
And the cops are like, we gotta go now, bye. And they're outside like, I gotta wash my hands. Amanda has to explain that humans don't do that.
But it worked.
It worked, yeah. But don't do that again. And learns from the alien that, like, the alien is supposed to meet, like, his ship and rendezvous in Hollywood. So we go on road tripping now.
Yeah, I had forgotten that they were not in L.A.
Yeah, we've seen so many movies that are in L.A.
And I'm like, oh, that's a nice, easy trip.
Yeah, just over to the Hollywood side? No, it's like
no problem.
8 hours.
Yeah, and they're taking, like, CA1, too.
And so, we get the scene where Vint and the other agent, they meet with Emmett. And Emmett's like, you were the top man in this, like, highly security agency, and you didn't find it odd that the man you were questioning was stark fucking naked? They're like, I guess that was kind of odd. But when a man's Johnson is swinging right in your face, it's hard to think about anything else. But Emmett is a bright detective. He's good at his job.
Yes.
Because they're looking around trying to find clues where Amanda and the alien could be. He just star 69s on her phone.
Yep.
And gets, like, hello, thanks for calling the Bakersfield Cowboy Inn or whatever.
Yep, something like that.
Can I help ya? And he just goes back, you just did! Yeah, and we get to see this motel in Bakersfield, this Western-themed motel. Everyone's dressed as cowboys, they got accents.
So, again, remember, I'm thinking they were in LA the whole time, right? And I'm like, why the fuck are they in Bakersfield? That really is going the long way.
We're gonna go from Los Angeles all the way to Bakersfield, and then back to Hollywood.
So yeah, for people who don't know California, Bakersfield is just like when you go through the mountains that separate Southern California from Central California. That's where you end up, pretty much, is in Bakersfield. It's like 2 hours away from LA.
Oh, they could have just kept driving for another 2 hours then.
Yeah, I mean, it's not far. I have gone to Fresno and back in the same day before for a friend's event before,
Yeah, like...
Bakersfield's a lot closer.
You're in a hurry to get this alien to his rendezvous anyway.
It's like 2.5 hours to Orange County from Bakersfield. It's not that far. But it is, if you think they're in LA already, they're just going... Your brain goes, that doesn't make any sense, and you realize, oh shit, yes, they were in San Francisco.
They were in San Francisco at the beginning. It was a very LA-looking San Francisco.
It was.
Because they shot it in LA. But yeah, they're staying at this motel under an assumed name. Like, you have a reservation for Mr. and Mrs. James T. Kirk?
Like, subtle.
Yeah. And they go, sure thing, City Slickers, you're in the Gary Cooper room. She's like, you gotta keep your ears peeled. And he goes, how do I peel my ears?
Okay, Drax, settle down.
But she pulls out the paprika, and we get some sexy times of him licking paprika off of her naked body.
In her belly button.
Yeah, she fills her belly button with paprika, and he licks it all out. It's, ugh.
Well, and I'm also like, even ignoring the hygiene issues here, you can't be comfortable to get that out later.
Yeah, because his tongue ain't
You're not getting all of it.
Yeah. You're gonna have to get, your belly button's gonna be like red for the next day.
Yeah.
It's gonna stain.
Yeah, it's gonna be horrible.
Military guys setting up their plan of attack. They've set up a command base, and I love the line where Stacy Keach goes, "This was set up by Colonel Guildenstern."
Yeah.
And Michael Dorn has to correct him and go, Rosencrantz.
Right. The Shakespeare joke.
Which Stacy Keach loved, because he's a big Shakespeare dude. He's done like every fucking Shakespeare play on stage. Which you find it hard to believe since he shows up in such weird movies.
Well, when you spend your theatrical life doing, serious work for the most part. Sometimes you just want to let loose and have a goofy time. Yep. Amanda
and the alien, they're post-sex cuddling when room service comes by. The alien doesn't care about room service. I don't eat human food. Because she's getting champagne, caviar, chicken paprika. Alien. Yeah. Alien's like, swing.
Yeah.
To keep with the 90s.
That's right.
And it starts sucking the paprika off of every chicken.
Right, because they don't eat dead things. But the sauce, not a problem.
And then is slurping up caviar out of Amanda's belly button. We get more eating out of Amanda's belly.
It's like, yeah, you might, on paper, when you write that down, it might sound sexy.
Yeah, but it does not look sexy.
Actually do it. It does not look sexy, and if you think about the actual physical logistics of it, it is about as opposite of sexy as possible.
Yeah, I mean, feeding each other strawberries is fine, because they were just using that, the strawberries and whipped cream with their hands. Yeah. But slurping caviar out of her belly button is kind of nasty.
Yeah, that's very, very weird.
And so the police show up, they start asking the questions. It's like the third time we hear somebody go, well, a lot of people pass through here.
Yeah.
Because we also heard that at the coffee shop, and the room service guy calls Amanda to give a heads up, like, you're gonna get some visitors. And the police storm in, but Amanda plays ignorant, like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then Amanda pretends to be the alien, and is like, drop your weapons or I will engulf this man. So they just shoot Amanda with the tranquilizer dart, knock her ass right out, and take her away.
Yeah, lucky Guildenstern wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because Rosencrantz wants the alien dead.
Yeah, like, we just gotta murder them, because they're aliens.
Stacy Keach here wants to study it.
And then when Vint gets to the van that's the prisoner transport truck, with the other agent and Amanda in the back, the guy's like, hey, too bad about that Amanda, she was cute. Yes, she was very cute. And you realize that the alien at some point took over Michael Dorn's body.
Yes.
Because he drives out to the middle of nowhere and kicks the cop out of the car.
Yep.
And him and Amanda drive off, and they're happy. Like, okay, you're not Hot Charlie anymore, you're old Michael Dorn.
But I'm still cool.
Yeah, we're still cool. And they decide they have to abandon this vehicle. They go to a diner and like a truck stop.
Yep.
There's one thing that bugged me about this diner. Okay, so they got the little caddy for like the ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
And it says, this week, check your biscuit for... For what? Check for fucking weevils? What do you put in the fucking biscuits?
Biscuit surprise.
You see another shot where you see the rest of the sign and it says, check your biscuit for special prizes. And I'm like, but like, did you cook a fucking baby Jesus into my biscuit? That if I find it, I win a prize?
Diner gift cards into the biscuit.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook a whole fucking gift card into the biscuits. Like, that sounds horrifying. But Amanda sits down next to this old trucker named Bubba. and she kind of flirts. Like, she's not, like, coming on to him. She's just being really friendly. Like,
Yep.
oh, I have to get to LA, you know, I'm going to go be an actress. I don't have a ride. And he's like, well, I can give you a ride. And she's like, leans over across the diner. Honey, we got a ride. And he's a little uncomfortable to see that Honey is Worf over there.
Yeah.
But actually, Bubba ends up being pretty cool.
Yeah, Bubba's a good dude.
Yeah. And, you know, so Emmett meets back up with the agents and is like, let's go investigate the diner. And I love the scene where they're in the diner and it's all these truckers that do not trust these cops at all.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
You know, we get the old waitress Thelma, and he's like, have you seen these people? A lot of people pass through here. We hear that line a lot. He's like, Thelma, I've had a long night. I'm not in a good mood, so unless I get help, I'm going to mess up your pitiful little grease pit. And starts to pull out his gun, but every trucker is packing here.
Yeah, none of them is particularly happy about them threatening her either.
Yeah, they're like, we don't like people talking to Thelma that way. But we'll tell you what, there's only one road. It goes north and south.
Thelma, I've had a very long night, and I'm not in a very good mood. Now, unless I get just a little bit of help, I'm gonna mess up your pitiful little grease pit.
We don't like to hear people talk to Thelma like that. Maybe you owe her an apology.
Yeah? Well, maybe you and Jethro better mind your own business.
This here road goes north and south. If the party you're looking for came from the north, they went south. On the other hand, if the party came from the south, then they be heading north.
And they're like, okay, thanks for your help. But then we get to see Bubba is a cool guy, because Bubba's like, hey, you know, he's got Amanda and Vent there.
Yeah.
And it's like, you two look really friendly. Did you get married? They're like, we did. Oh, that's great. Poor Bubba here has been married 4 times.
Yep, he has been unlucky in love.
Yeah, he's like, I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And it looks like he's going to cry.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we get the scene where Amanda and Vent are in the back of the truck, which is full of diapers.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the brand of the diapers?
Oh, it's Poop something. I can't remember. Was it Poop Catcher?
Well, I'll give you a hint. Their logo was a kangaroo.
Oh, like Poop Pouch or something.
Poo Pockets.
Pockets is what it is.
Poo Pockets diapers. I was like, oh, that's cute, but I hate it.
That is, I mean, a very accurate brand name.
Yeah, and we learned that at some point the other alien died.
Yeah. Presumably they killed it in the captivity.
Yeah. And it was this alien's mate.
Yeah, they know, they can sense it.
I guess.
That's what the alien says anyway. That you can just sense.
And Amanda's like, how long were you two together? Oh, 275 years.
So they're a long-lived species.
We only mate one time. Forever.
That is very, very sad.
Very sad. And he explains that, like, why they were going across the stars. It's like our planet's very small. We live on tiny planet, and it won't support us. We ate all the life on that planet, so we gotta find other planets to use for food. And Amanda's like, not us, and the alien says, no, not you. We respect intelligent life. We're not gonna eat you people. I'm gonna go back to tell my alien friends that this is not an option. And she's a bit, like, upset, like, so you're gonna just go eat life somewhere else. You're gonna go kill some other planet. And Alien's like, yeah, like, you motherfuckers have farms where you raise animals for food.
Right.
And that's when
I think I'll become a vegetarian now. It's like, yeah, Alien's got a point.
And speaking of food, this is where I was given an ad for Kitchen Nightmares, Road to Super Bowl 59. Like, yes, because when I think of Super Bowl, I automatically connect to an angry British chef shouting at people, your Alfredo is shit.
Nothing more American football than an English chef.
Yep, an angry English chef.
Yep.
But after the commercial, they arrive in Los Angeles. Bubba drops them off and is like, stay out of trouble, you two. You two are great.
Yeah, poor Bubba.
And as he leaves, immediately, all of the cops in the military are there that surround them. And they shoot the alien, like, right away. And Amanda's like, take me so you can make it back to your home planet. I'll sacrifice myself. And the alien's like, no, I can't because I love you.
Yeah, the alien has now learned the concept of love.
Yeah, she's like, but the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. I saw it on Star Trek.
Someone's been watching a lot of Star Trek.
Like, Michael Dorn going, what's a Star Trek?
Yeah.
Like, fucking Worf?
Worf.
That is a beautiful inside joke.
Yes.
Where Michael Dorn doesn't know what Star Trek is. But when Emmett comes over and starts getting rough with Amanda, that's when the alien gets his second wind and takes over Emmett's body.
Yep.
And she's like, okay, I guess I'm in love with Stacy Keach now.
Yes, I'm gonna go fuck Stacy Keach.
Trucker Bubba comes back to help them and lets them hop in the truck. And she's like, no, don't bring the cop on. And she's like, no, this is my husband now. And Bubba's like, okay, I guess.
Bubba's not questioning this.
Your husband changed race. Okay.
Race, size, facial hair, everything. Fine. I don't even want to know.
And he drops them off at the Hollywood sign and is like, okay, you two take care. And they're like, thanks, Bubba. You're the best, Bubba. Because Bubba was a good man.
Yeah, Bubba good egg. Bubba was a good egg.
And the alien tells Amanda, like, goodbye. You were a good teacher for me. I'd like to give you a gift. And he just, like, headbutts some yellow light into her head.
Mind melds with her somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, and goes, there's gonna always be a part of me with you. I love you, Amanda. And then he turns back into that deflated rubber ball. And the fakest looking alien ship flies down and sucks him right up. And we get the epilogue of Amanda on a daytime talk show.
Yeah.
She's like on like a Sally Jesse Raphael or something. Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
And talking about how she fell in love with this alien. The audience is laughing at her.
Yeah.
They're like, you fell in love with an alien that needs to eat humans to survive? And she's like, yeah, I did. And the host goes, I need to survive too, but I don't go around sucking people's skulls to do it. And one of the dudes on stage starts licking his lips. What's that guy's story?
Cannibal.
Yeah. And the host asks the audience, has Amanda found true love, or is she just another candidate for the loony bin? Amanda gets up and just knocks this woman out. Good for Amanda.
Yep. I think everybody deep down wanted to do that.
And Amanda is back working at the Gap, and her friends are watching the talk show clip, and they're laughing. They're like, hey, we're having a girls' night out, Amanda, do you want to come? And she's like, no, I have plans. Like, is she meeting the alien again? No, she's just at her house painting as we get some 90s Melissa Etheridge at home.
Yep.
And that's it. That's how the movie ends. It's a movie.
Kind of a bittersweet ending, really.
Yeah, because she doesn't get the alien.
No, she finally finds true love only to have it escape her because it could never be. Very sad.
Now, I did ask ChatGPT to give me an insightful analysis of this film.
Yes.
And at its heart, Amanda and the Alien is a story about transformation and the search for belonging. Amanda, a young, disaffected artist, crosses paths with an alien capable of inhabiting human bodies. The encounter forces Amanda to confront societal expectations and her own sense of morality. The alien's body swapping serves as a metaphor for the transient nature of life, a theme that resonates with the 90s growing cultural awareness of impermanence.
I no notes. Perfect.
The film also critiques the rise of hypermasculinity and consumerism embedded within race culture.
Perfect. 10 out of 10, no notes. I will not be taking questions at this time.
Yes, and exploring gender identities.
Kind of, yeah. I think I know we're joking about it, but I think you can interpret a few things. I think the movie does actually have a few...
Because the alien does...
wink, nods. You know, there's a theme to this film beyond just, like, really goofy, romantic horror comedy.
Well, the alien does change genders.
Yes.
It goes from being Connie to being Charlie, but we don't get the sex scenes until it's Charlie, and only as Charlie.
Right.
We don't get to see...
Poor Stacy Keach.
Poor Michael Dorn.
And they don't get the sex scene with the Baywatch girl.
Yeah. It's only the young ones. It's just Connie and Charlie. They're the only ones who get Paprika.
That's true.
But the fact that the alien gets to experience sex from both ends.
That's true.
And
see, I think there are some messages here. I don't think this is completely devoid of theme.
I don't think they were intended messages, though.
Well, death of the artist and all that, right?
Yep, there are messages now.
I mean, I think you can definitely interpret some of the stuff in the movie. It's probably a bit of a reach, but there's definitely some interesting things going on in this film.
It's a good movie, though. It's fun. I mean, it's not a great movie, like...
No. But it's fun. It's kind of sweet. It made me smile. And the ending kind of made me a little sad.
Yeah.
Definitely bittersweet.
But honestly, their relationship was never going to work.
Yeah, there was no way, because they're just physically not compatible.
Yeah, like, the alien's natural for him. Well, like, she ain't going to get intimate with that thing.
Right, and even if it were to be able to keep a human form indefinitely, like, it sounds like their planets are not cohabitable for their species.
Yeah. And even if the alien had found, like, another form of life, it would have been that form of life.
Right.
Like, if the alien decided, I'm just gonna eat dogs.
Right.
Well, I don't see a man defeating Paprika to that dog for sexy times.
Right, so yeah, this was a doomed affair to begin with.
But it's still a cute movie.
It is a very cute movie.
The stuff with the Paprika is funny.
It is funny.
In theory, like, but once we're sucking Paprika out of a belly button, like, we've taken the joke too far.
Yeah, we've gone too far. We need to dial that back a little bit.
Okay, replace it with caviar. No, we meant remove the belly button.
That's right. Oh, God damn it. Monkey paw curls.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a cute movie. Where do you put it with coffee?
It's a surprisingly sweet coffee that doesn't quite match the description you think it's going to be, but then has a very bittersweet finish that leaves you kind of longing and
yeah,
maybe overanalyzing the cup of coffee.
Definitely has cinnamon in
it. Paprika.
Not paprika, cinnamon. So the other movie that we're watching this week is the other Showtime mid-90s alien romantic comedy.
Yes.
Alien Avengers, which actually was produced by Roger Corman. So stay tuned for that. And next week is... I'll actually watch the Tales from the Crypt episode next week.
It sounds good to me.
Yeah, and we're doing Lovecraft next week.
Ooh, that's right up there for my favorite thing.
Yeah. So we will catch you then, everybody. Have a good week.
Have a great week, everybody.
Crashing through life, your runaway car.